All right, we have an update on our van adventure for you.
We've been a little quiet the past couple of weeks because we've been patiently waiting for our van to arrive at its destination. We dropped it off at the port, like you saw in the previous video, and now the van has made it to its destination in Atlanta. We dropped it off at Joey's dad's house, and her brother, sister-in-law now, they just got married. Congratulations, Jordan and Carlin. Carlin received it and paid the delivery driver the cash, and the van is patiently waiting our arrival, which is coming up very soon.
Yeah, so it was super helpful to have them there because we didn't have a down to the minute knowledge of when the van was going to get dropped off. So Evan, like you said before, this was Evan's whole project. So he, Venmo'd Jordan. Jordan had to go pull that cash out, have it waiting for when the driver got there because they didn't accept any sort of electronic payment or anything. So it all went very smoothly, and they were very helpful with that. So when we get up to the States, we're going to take them out to dinner to thank them for that. So that should be pretty fun. So today we're flying off of this island and going to the mainland. So the plan is that we will pick up the van tonight, and then first thing tomorrow we're going to take it to the mechanic to get it looked at before we hit the road.
And when we're in Atlanta getting the van fixed up, we're also going to get our bodies fixed up. We're going to the dentist, we're going to the doctor, we're going to take care of all the things we got to take care of before we embark on this journey.
Yeah, and frankly, taking care of all the things we've neglected for the last 5 years living on an island. So that should be good. So we have back-to-back dentist appointments one day, doctor the next day, lab work the following day. So we're gonna get all looked at. The van will be ready to go. Our bodies will be good, and then the plan from there is that we are going to visit our family in Atlanta, of course, but then we're going to head north, and ultimately we're going to try to get to New York. So that's kind of our first destination. But instead of just going up the East Coast, because we're saving that for later, we are going to go through the states that they weren't super high on our priority list. So these will be fine for us to kind of breeze through. We're not planning to spend a bunch of time there. We don't think we'll be heartbroken if we miss out on them. So the plan is that we're going to leave Atlanta. We will go to Tennessee, then Kentucky, then West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and then end up in New York, where Evan's family is.
So this will be a first little journey, first trial run, first shakeout run to see how it all works. I mean, we'll probably learn a lot on this trip, and we'll buy things, get rid of things, change things as we go. But this will be our first little route and adventure.
Yeah. Our families have been really sweet and helpful. My family in Atlanta offering for us to stay with them, and we're really going to try to stay in the van. And they said, well, okay, well, even if you just want to park in our driveway and use our shower. So that'll be kind of real life, we think, for what it'll be like on the road, parking in driveways. We are going to get a Harvest Hosts membership. I'm excited about that. It looks like a really cool platform, and seems kind of like, local businesses and other RVers helping fellow travelers. So I'm pumped about that. There's a sale going on right now, so I'm probably going to pull trig on that, get that membership purchased. Speaking of memberships, we got our AAA membership yesterday.
Yep.
And then I had to update the van's insurance. I wanted a bit of a better policy because we'll be stateside, and obviously I'm going to be driving more than I was on the Rock. So updated those two things, and we're feeling pretty good. The plan once we get to New York is that we're going to do a Frisbee tournament. This is Evan's favorite Frisbee tournament. So we're meeting up with his family in New York, and then the Frisbee tournament is in New Jersey. You want to talk about it?
Sure. Yeah, so it's the Wildwood Ultimate Beach Tournament, and it's the biggest ultimate tournament in the world. There's like 400 teams signed up, and just the entire beach turns into a giant Frisbee tournament. And there's a beer garden at the end of it where they fence off a little portion of the beach and roll in these trucks and give you as much beer as you can drink. Then just let you out loose in Wildwood on the boardwalk, and it's fun. We go with all of our friends from high school, and so it's good to see them again. And we've been doing this for like 12, 13 years now, so it's a big reunion. See everyone, see what they're up to, and we're gonna have a lot of stories from this van adventure, I'm sure, to share with everybody. So it'll be a great time up there in Wildwood, and that'll be good spot to be at the end of July and on a beautiful beach over there. And then we'll continue the trip from there.
So everybody keeps asking what the route is, and maybe people are not believing us when we say we don't know. My family was asking, for the past several months, but really like last week, they were like, okay, so really, what is the route? I don't know. So I was happy to give them just this first leg of getting from Georgia to New York. And then once we're up in New York after the Frisbee tournament, I don't know, we'll kind of see. I think, yeah, like Evan said, maybe north. We'll figure it out when we get there, depending on probably the weather is going to be a big factor. We'll still have a good bit of summer to go, and which is lovely. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to chase warm weather, but also we don't want to cook in the little metal pan we're going to be driving around in. So anyway, stay tuned for the rest of our route and wish us luck as we fly up to the States today to get our van.